Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. We are smiling because it's not every week we get a chance to be one of the first anywhere online to have had these new wedges, review these new wedges and give them a comparison. Now, we've struggled with this one.
Yeah,
we've been teasing it.
You've had them for a little bit, haven't you?
So we've struggled to kind of keep the news back as to what they were that had been testing. I've played a few rounds with them myself. These lovely new wedges Mikey has. Your one's just arrived just before the weekend, which was perfect timing. But we have the new RTX ZipCore wedges.
Very highly anticipated.
Yeah, RTX4 was a wedge actually that I played for most of last year.
You did?
Really liked the wedges. I liked the shape of them. A big improvement, in my opinion, on RTX3. A very, very big improvement. I didn't love the shape of RTX3, so when I saw the 4s, I was like, okay, classic shape, love the lines. And then kind of now that I look at ZipCore compared to RTX4, I'm like, oh.
I know, so true. Well, these are so nice and compact. And
premium finish to them.
Actually, looks good.
I feel like they may even have a little bit of a smaller profile even than Avoki, which really suits my eye.
Might be, yeah.
When we talked about the Bettinardi wedges last week, we said that the shape of them was definitely something that a player would like. This is the same.
Oh yeah.
It's exactly the same shape.
It's a great looking wedge. Absolutely great looking wedge.
So we're going to do a couple of different things. We're going to run through the gap sand lob, talk to you about the changes, what we now know of the upgrades, and there are a lot of them in there, Matty.
Tons, yeah, tons.
They really have done a great job. It's a bit of a reconstruction, to be honest. If we look at it from top to bottom, from the grip, the shaft has stayed as a dynamic gold tour issue, but it's the new spinner version.
It's cool to see that,
which is cool. The head has a host of new changes in there. Lots of things, Matty, that we're seeing a lot of companies look to do. Moving CG a little bit more toe side, higher, increase the MOI of the wedge. They've done that in a kind of unique fashion, saving a lot of weight out the hosel. That's the biggest deterrent in having the CG in the right location with the wedges. A few things in the face, 2 extra grooves.
Okay.
Right?
Wow.
So you've got sort of actually quite a unique story with the grooves. There are more of them, they are sharper, they are deeper, the milling between them is more aggressive.
Yeah.
So we would expect to see a little bit of an upgrade in spin versus RTX4.
And particularly out of a bad lie, I would assume it would show up even more so?
Exactly that. The debris, the moisture, all those sorts of things, we would expect to see a little bit of an upgrade with this one.
All right, let's get a few in.
Let's see.
Z-Star standard golf ball?
Yeah, little Strixon golf ball in there as well. Little 52, a little bit more, oh, atta boy.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Just flighted that one down a little bit, looked good.
I found that with them, actually sent a message to their lead engineer, Jeff Brunsky, on that, based on, like, I saw the ball flight coming out. We always talk about the premium ball flight a good player puts a wedge in, which is a bit lower and that sort of thing. And I messaged the guys saying, have you really raised the CG profile on this? And they said they haven't, but I think what it is that I was seeing is just more friction.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So that will pull the ball flight down.
That's what was pulling it down, more groove contact, sort of more contact with the micro grooves, the milled grooves between them, and that's what was pulling that flight down, and it was very noticeable to my eye.
Well, let's keep an eye on that and see if that shows up as a pattern.
Yeah,
that's something I would personally like to see. I would always like to hit my wedges a bit lower.
Wouldn't mind hearing your thoughts as we go along on that shaft as well, Matty, and how you feel
I will definitely.
This is. And
so give me like the Cole's notes on it. It's a tour issue, roughly flex and weight would be?
128 grams.
Okay.
A little bit softer, obviously, in flex. The idea that you're going to find it easier to load, great in the partial swings. those types of things. Dynamic Gold used to have a spinner. It had a very unique design. It had a narrowing just below the grip.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but this one, it actually just looks like a regular Dynamic Gold tour issue, but obviously has a slightly softer profile to it. Initial thoughts on the feel?
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. It feels kind of, it reminds me of, close enough of a profile that I play in the irons in the X7, but it obviously feels a little softer, easier to swing.
Right.
That was a nice one. That was kind of more trying to hoist one up in the air a little bit more.
Okay. So flight one down for me. Hit one of those ones we were talking about there. Maybe comes in maybe 3 or 4 degrees lower launch and a bit more spin.
Okay, gotcha.
It's kind of how you would drop that exact shot there, because it's a little left to right slope on it.
That should have a lot of spin.
So that would be your sort of technique, Matty. If you're trying to add a little bit of spin, you go to what feels a bit more like a cut swing.
Yeah, like if I wanted to do exactly that, take 5 to 10 yards off it, make it land super soft, I basically just try to fade it a bit.
Love it.
And then obviously the opposite.
Exact same launch angle there, but you just added 1600 to the spin.
Crazy.
Love it.
Just nice. The flight looks good.
Beautiful. Okay, lovely little gap wedges, and here's where we're going to segue into a little test. We're going to do a little RTX4 versus ZipCore in the 56.
Okay, good. That's nice too. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That sounded nice. That was nice. That should spin down. Come on.
Oh, yes. Ooh.
All right, Matty boy, some pretty similar looking wedges. You can see the RTX4 coming out just a fraction lower. Interestingly enough, that's purely ball speed.
Right.
Spin difference, well, the spin window was tighter with ZipCore. That would be definitely a bonus.
That's nice to see.
What you would like to see, yep.
Yep.
And obviously a little bit more spin around 700 RPMs.
It's pretty significant on a 56.
Quite a lot, yeah. I mean, you're sitting just under 11,000. You're sitting just over 10. Alrighty. So into the little partials like we were just talking about. Sole-wise, Matty, you've got 3 soles. You have a C grind sole with a little heel-toe relief.
Okay.
Most companies have that. You've got a standard sole with a little bit of trail edge relief that actually looks like it has a little bit more of the V sole.
That's what I have here,
yeah.
right?
And you have the full sole, which you generally see in more of the gap and pitching wedges. Right. All right, Matty boy, giving you a little 60-yarder, nice little pitch. In fact, here I'm going to make it more difficult for you.
Yeah, please. It's always the issue with these.
You're too good.
Easy. We'll make it so that a ton of spin is required. That makes sense, right?
So you're kind of hitting over the corner here. You've kind of short-sided. You've missed yourself. You've missed on the wrong side in your layup, and you're going over the corner. So you've not got too far between the flag and the apron. You're going to have to throw it the whole way.
And zip it.
Let's have a little peek.
Okay.
Boy,
That'll do.
love it. 96.
That ball is spinning. These are really easy.
Found your layup yardage, that's for sure.
Seriously, these are really easy to hit.
96
I'm not,
again.
to be honest, I'm not going crazy trying to spin the ball, and 96 is a lot of spin. That's about as much spin as you need ever.
Yeah, there's your 10,000 there. If you can make a ball dance like that.
I know. Like usually we joke around, it's like a fun challenge. Let me try to spin at 10. I usually struggle, so I pretty confidently say these spin about as much as anything we've tested. Yeah, you can just has it has a bit of a different gear because of how fresh, and obviously the grooves are nice in the milling. You can get it up over 9 pretty easily.
Yeah.
It's great.
Good stuff.
It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, with features that I think everyone can benefit from.
It is for every level, isn't it? It's not just like this is a better player's thing. I mean, a better player will want the most spin they can get because they know how to take it off.
Exactly.
And probably not quite as skilled player will just need the spin because their technique doesn't deliver it, pretty much.
Very few people are playing shots from this sort of thing where they've got too much spin.
It's pretty damn rare.
Very rare.
I don't remember seeing it too often.
Yeah. No, very rare. Yeah, I think
I'm pretty impressed.
Impressive, excited for these to come now. They are in this chrome finish.
Yeah, it's nice, the satin chrome.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. It looks very premium to me. There is a raw version that's coming.
Okay.
A couple of things with the raw version, Matty. It will be basically what's considered tour stock. So the wedges that get offered to people that are the raw ones will be the same wedges offered to the tour players, exactly the same wedge.
That's pretty cool.
Yep, there will not be a different version. And there will also be an option for sort of hand grinding where you can really take in the detail of how you like the sole to be configured. It'll be a small additional upcharge, but people will be shocked when they hear what the
It's a reasonable amount.
What the upgrade
I think people will love that. I mean, you were talking about people love customizing clubs more than ever.
Yeah.
Wedge stamping, custom shafts, grips, little grind that you might like, maybe a little leading edge grinder, whatever
100%.
Whatever you want or need. It's nice to offer.
Well, as a retailer, I have the option of investing in a Birking that's going to cost me tens of thousands of dollars, or I can outsource it to the guys to do exactly as we want it done. It's going to come at a minimal cost, and they're going to do a phenomenal job at it.
It's going to be exactly. It's
It's
a really great offering. You
really
can say to someone like, "Oh, you're hitting those wedges really nice. Wouldn't mind seeing you just take a bit off that leading edge because you might dig a bit without it."
Just allow you to get into the fit in even more detail than we already do. These are impressive.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with these. I'm glad to see another company doing custom shaft in a wedge, and something that's clearly going to give you a little bit more spin, probably at any level.
Yeah.
It does seem that way. Most of the time we do these tests, I think all wedges are around the same window. These to me have a little extra gear to them.
I mean, being privy to some information on certain things that Cleveland Strixon are trying to do, one thing they're really doing is there's going to be no cost saved on the components they use. Because they're trying to showcase what they do best, which is make a head that's as good as this.
Yes.
They need to add shafts and grips in there that enhance the performance of that golf club.
100%.
And that's exactly what they've done, even from little touches like the high ferrule, the
I love that high
ferrule
ferrule
in there.
Love that.
That's what we're seeing, a lot more of a trend of that sort of stuff going on.
Well, I said it to you with the Bettinardi wedges.
Yeah.
I said that looks like a custom built up wedge.
That's
And
right.
to be honest with you, this is pretty much in the same
as
vein. It looks like you've had wedges kind of custom built for you, which is nice.
Okay, you have a set.
Yeah, I'm going to play with these. I'm going to play with these this week, and then what's happening? Tell me.
There's a match.
Is it a wedge off?
The wedge off is coming. We're going to take the wedge off outside. We are going to do a few different challenges. We're going to set up a little short game course.
Yep.
Short siding yourself like this sort of stuff. We're going to have a little sort of the way to measure proximity.
Yep. We need a little measuring device. That's true.
Which would be pretty cool. And we're going to put this to the test outside. Get in the bunkers, get in the rough. See how everything that's really designed into these wedges. I'd like to add a little bit of moisture in there as well.
A little spray bottle, maybe keep the face in different conditions. I love it.
See how the effect of the moisture is going to get in there. If they've made a little adjustment to the hydrophobicity of that head, will be interesting to see.
We will find out.
Okay. Top marks to Cleveland again. Obviously renowned for making some of the best wedges in history, not just of the current era. And think you can obviously tell we're pretty impressed with these, and our customers are going to be as well, Matty.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will love those.
Okay. All right, look forward to getting outside with those, getting in the bunker and getting in on the course. Stay tuned for that, guys, and we'll see you again soon.